all the same scent. That's all the same smell. Ordered 200 plus albums to try and win a call. Just a fan call. But she's only $1,000 away from burning $10,000 on K-pop albums. Can we let that sink in for a second? 10 grand? Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Did I just see $150 for a cereal? You ever see someone buy 12 versions of the same exact album just for different photo cards? Yeah, let's talk about that today. Now, before anyone comes at me, this is not an anti-collecting video, okay? Collecting merch, albums, photo cards, posters, whatever. If that's what makes you happy, go for it. It's part of the fandom experience. But somewhere along the way, collecting can turn into over-consuming, into buying for the sake of buying, into chasing releases instead of enjoying the actual art itself. So today we're going to be talking about the overconsumption in the fandom culture. I hope you guys are not getting sick of all the overconsumption videos. I don't know how my channel just like kind of turned into that, but you guys seem to enjoy them. This was actually a requested video, so thank you so much for requesting this because it didn't even cross my mind. I'm not really in this world of fandoms and such on the internet. And guys, if you ever have any topics that you would like me to cover, please leave them down below because I do read them. So yeah, we're gonna talk about fandom culture, the overconsumption in the fandom culture, especially when it comes to K-pop. So yeah, there is a difference between collecting something because you genuinely love it and consuming because you kind of feel like you have to, maybe because of FOMO, maybe because of social media, but it's not just bad for your bank account, it is also bad for our planet.
Okay, very short rant. 2 minutes of your time talking about overconsumption in fandom spaces. So first off, let me give you some examples to define what overconsumption is. Say that you buy the Hatsune Miku snow figure for this year, and you end up buying the Hatsune Miku snow figure every single year for the next 5 years. So this would not be overconsumption because every single year it is a different figure, and that is just collecting. That's what collecting is. You collect different things from a figure collection, a CD collection, so you have all of the variants. But what's important here is that they're each a different variant. Here I have the Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish CD, and I have the Hit Me Hard and Soft Billie Eilish yellow vinyl. See, having both of these is not overconsumption because these are 2 different variants of the same album. See, but if I were to get multiple of this yellow vinyl, if I were to get 5 of the same yellow vinyl, that would be overconsumption because at that point it is not collecting, it is just getting the same one over and over again, which is considered overconsumption. Same thing with the Snow Hatsune Miku figure. If you get the same year variant of the Hatsune Miku snow figure every single year, if you were to get the 2025 version every single year for the next 5 years, that would be overconsumption because that's not collecting, that's just getting the same one over and over again. You're not trying to complete the set, you're just trying to get as many of as soon as possible. I know what you're probably thinking, who would even do that? That's not, like, nobody does that. Well, if you're saying that, you are probably not in fandom spaces. Unfortunately, this is a very common thing. So one argument that a lot of people like to make is that, oh, I'm not throwing it away, so it's not a big deal because it's not harming the environment if I don't throw it away. I'm keeping it. It's for me. It's my money. I can spend how I want. I'm not harming the environment if it's not ending up in a landfill. We are all going to die one day, and even if your collection of pins and figures gets passed down to 5 generations after you, there is going to be someone along the line, one of your great-great-grandchildren, who says, I don't want this anime pin collection, and they ended up throwing it away, donating it somewhere, and that's just gonna really spiral into it eventually ending up in a landfill. It is hard to believe that your collection of the same anime figure anime pins is not going to end up in a landfill.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not trying to say collecting is bad. There's nothing wrong with collecting. And you could throw the argument at me saying, well, what's the difference because people's collections can also end up in the landfills? Yes, but chances are if you are collecting something, hopefully you're not collecting something like Labubus just because they're on trend. Like, hopefully you're collecting something that you genuinely love and something that you know you're not going to not love anymore in like a year, 2 years time. And again, if you're like a true collector, you're probably collecting things over a span of years. So people that overconsume because they're hopping on the trend, like Labubus, for example, everything just like ends up being thrown in the trash essentially, or ends up at like thrift stores or something. And thrift stores are getting so full because of overconsumption. It actually makes me sad that you go to thrift stores and you find things like from Shein, you know, like that sucks. True collecting isn't like you collect something for a year and then you're over it because the trend is is over, and so you just dispose of it. That is overconsumption. I'm really trying to not crap on collectors because I know that there is a difference. Collecting can be overconsumption though. I feel like there's a thin line, but there is a difference. Okay, ladies, we need to talk about Skims before we get into this video. I feel like we've all collectively decided that bras are just mildly annoying. Like straps are slipping, bands are digging, weird gapping under t-shirts, and we all just kind of pretend it's normal. But Skims is very clearly a solutions-oriented brand. They offer over 40 cup sizes and their intimates range from extra small all the way to 4XL, which already makes a huge difference because you're not trying to force yourself into something that wasn't made for you. It's designed to fit all bodies properly. For me, my biggest issue has always been comfort throughout the day. I don't want to feel restricted, I also don't want zero support, and I also don't want to be adjusting myself every 5 minutes. I fully mean it when I say this, you really can't go wrong with any of their bras, but my personal favorite is the Fits Everybody push-up bra. It doesn't give an excessive amount of push, I don't really like that. It just makes the girls look nice, which we all love. It's been my favorite for years now. It's so soft, it's smooth under t-shirts. This bra is just simply chef's kiss. And if you're not into wired bras, I highly recommend the wireless super push-up bra. A lot like a bralette, but it has padding. And if you're a girl that doesn't even want padding, this is the Fits Everybody triangle bralette. I'm telling you, when you wear this, it feels like you're not wearing anything. I recommend Skims to everybody because I'm telling you, when you try it, you can't go back to anything else. You can shop my favorite bras and underwear at skims.com, or you can use the QR code on the screen. And after you treat yourself, be sure to let them know that I sent you. Select YouTube in the survey and choose me in the drop-down menu. And just thank you so much to Skims for sponsoring this video. I adore you. And to all of you watching, because I wouldn't get super sick opportunities like this without you. And without further ado, let's get back into the video. So let's rewind. The relationship between fans and merch has always existed. But back in the day, you'd buy like a CD, a tour t-shirt, a poster for your wall. I mean, come on, when Justin Bieber had his swoopy hair, you know what I'm talking about. I feel like 99% of the young girl population, and don't even try to deny it, okay? Don't try to be different, don't try to be cool. The young girl population just had to have either Justin Bieber himself or JB merch, or both. But the digital era just changed everything. Once music stopped being just strictly physical, when we all started streaming instead of buying, the industry had to find another way to make money. And that's when merch comes into play. All the different albums, the deluxe editions, the collectibles. Music became a marketing ecosystem. You're not just buying an album anymore, you're buying access. Access to limited photo cards, to meet and greets, pre-order benefits, online raffles. The music itself almost becomes secondary. The companies know that fans want to feel closer to the artists that they love, and they've monetized that emotional connection into a business model. You're not just a fan, you're a customer in a very carefully designed emotional economy. And like I mentioned, I really noticed this in the K-pop world, but it's creeping into the other parts of the music industry as well. Limited edition records, digital versions with alternate covers, exclusive drops only available for 24 hours. Artists and labels everywhere are using this scarcity mindset because it works. And they're using this scarcity to drive consumption. And what does that create? A sense of urgency. If you don't buy now, you'll miss out. If you don't have the pink version or the member exclusive version, are you really a true fan?
Never be a vinyl that contains all the different songs from all the different variants in one place. That is particularly manipulative.
Pop has been beating the Western market in overconsumption by miles. And I mean that in the worst way possible. At least with artists like Olivia Rodrigo, Taylor Swift, you're getting different hidden tracks on each vinyl. You're at least getting a vinyl that has different pressing, like they're all different. But not with K-pop sometimes. Somebody who's been into K-pop for well over a decade now, I have definitely been in this. I have definitely contributed to the overconsumption because I love to collect. I love to have everything if I can. Definitely attributed to the rise in K-pop globally, as well as the rise of photo card reselling. Photo card reselling can go for as little as 50 cents to hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on the rarity of the card. There are so many cards now that companies entice us to collect. There are multiple types of photo cards that are now available to collect. There are regular album photo cards, there's event photo cards like fan signs, fan calls, there's lucky draws, there's broadcasts, there's pre-order benefits from specific stores, or exclusive photo cards. Just the pre-order benefits from one single comeback. This is the photo cards for one individual member. To specifically get certain photo cards, especially for like in-person events like fan signs, fan calls, or even like broadcast events, you have to buy an enormous amount of albums. I have seen videos of people who have rooms filled with albums just to get a 1-minute call with their favorite member. There's like 20 versions of a single mini album, like 3 or 4 standard versions, and depending on the amount of members, there's individual member albums, there's mini albums, like compact keychains, there's like QR code albums, there's poster albums. The overconsumption of K-pop albums is such a prominent problem. I constantly see articles or people posting threads about how a group's new latest comeback has been thrown out or donated, and it's like hundreds of albums just out on the street because they bought too many just to get into this event or to get a photo card.
It makes me kind of sad for people because they are spending their hard-earned money buying multiple of one thing just so they can get like a minute call, like she said, with their favorite artist. Ordered 200 plus albums to try and win a call, just a fan call with her bias. I could never.
4 K-pop albums came in the mail today.
I found this girl while I was scrolling for TikToks for this video. Oh my word. Her collection is insane.
Holy sh! Look at all of this.
Like at one time. All of this at one time. This is what I'm talking about. This is overconsumption. This is not just simply collecting.
More albums came in the mail today. I ordered the signed version and I ordered 4 because I'm like, okay, well, let's just try my luck. They send me 4 of the same member. It's okay, that just gives me an excuse to spend more money.
She definitely doesn't like K-pop. Not even a little bit.
Le Sserafim's new album came in the mail today, so let's see what's inside. Everybody act surprised when I tell you I bought all the albums on the Spotify website. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Let's start off with the signed versions. Here's the signed postcard, a poster, another poster, 2 stickers, a CD, and 2 photo cards. Look, and then there's this little photo book. And the signature isn't a duplicate. The inclusions in here are the same, just a different color. Another signed postcard, and the same inclusions. This one actually came with photo cards, and whatever these are, and the CD. I'm too lazy to open the other CDs, but thanks for watching.
If you're too lazy to open the other CDs, that means you bought too many at a time. Imagine trying to move all of that. Girl, you have to stay put forever, for life. That was 166. Why? 166. Wild. I'm aware that merch, records, CDs, all those things are not cheap. But it still never fails to surprise me just how much. But she's only $1,000 away from burning $10,000 on K-pop albums. Can we let that sink in for a second? 10 grand on K-pop albums that you can stream online. Someone asked, when did you start collecting? She said, I think April of last year. She commented that in June. Oh my word, that's crazy. Some people have albums that they haven't even opened yet. $450 albums. Nobody needs this many. Oh my gosh, someone really said I only have 90. Girl, that's still a lot. I only have 300 plus albums with a crying face. Guys, we're losing touch with reality. Here's the thing, collecting isn't the enemy, but collecting has meaning. There is a difference. It's personal. It's having pieces that bring you joy. Overconsumption, on the other hand, it's more about volume. It's about needing more stuff, more versions, more drops, more of just everything. Until it's not even fun anymore. Like, a collector curates. They value each item. They're not just hopping on a trend. Overconsumption is driven by marketing psychology. It's almost like gambling. Like, let's take K-pop albums, for example, okay? The photo cards are randomized, right? So fans buy multiple copies to try and get the whole collection, or just simply their favorite member. Is it not the same dopamine loop as a slot machine? Think about it. You buy one, maybe it's your bias, maybe it's not. But that little anticipation keeps you coming back. Companies know that. They bank on it. In Western pop, it's more subtle, but it's there. Again, multiple digital covers, deluxe box sets, the pressure to buy every single version to support the artist. It's intense, and I feel like the line between support and exploitation is just getting thinner every year.
I related to this comment so much about realizing you overconsume too much as a K-pop fan. And I think for me, and what I noticed in a lot of other K-pop fans, is that there's a lot of pressure in K-pop to be the perfect fan. I've noticed in my comments throughout the years when I talk about my collection or I'm buying new things for my collection that there was always a lot of comments around collecting things the right way. And I think I always felt just a lot of pressure to feel the need to own certain things or buy things a certain way or buy different versions of things because I felt the need to have the perfect collection to be the perfect fan. I've been collecting for 5 years and I have definitely watched a lot of K-pop companies go from 0 to 100 on the merchandise that they're selling with the groups. There's so many more versions of albums now. There's so many more versions of photo cards for albums now. There's a new light stick all the time and the old light stick doesn't work at the concert. You have to buy the new one. It's just gotten unsustainable at this point. Being a fan of anyone or anything can have a really big impact on your mental health. So it's important to set boundaries to make sure that you are protecting yourself.
I fully agree. And it's not even just K-pop anymore. So what happens when being a fan becomes consumerism? A few things. One, financial strain. Fans are spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars chasing exclusives. Especially younger fans who are very impressionable and they feel like their value as a fan is linked to how much they spend on their favorite artist. And companies literally gamify loyalty, and that can be very dangerous. Number two, environmental impact. Let's be honest, how many sealed albums or plastic photo card sleeves and mass-produced trinkets end up in landfills? K-pop albums alone are printed in the millions every year. And multiply that by limited editions, reprints, and seasonal merch, that is a massive carbon footprint. Overconsumption in fandom does not just clutter their bedrooms, it clutters the planet. Number three, emotional burnout. At some point, I feel like being a fan can stop feeling fun if you feel like you're always behind on the latest drop, the next merch line, the next collectible release. Like, doesn't that become exhausting? The emotional connection that first drew you in kind of gets replaced by this constant anxiety that you're not doing enough. You're not supporting enough because you're not spending enough. And ironically, the more you spend, the more you consume, the less special it feels. If you have hundreds of items, each piece can just feel a little less special, less meaningful. And that's when collecting just turns into consumerism. And none of this is accidental. The industry knows how to manipulate fandom psychology. Album sales are tied to chart positions. So fans buy dozens of copies to help their favorite group win. And companies know this. And they release multiple versions to boost the numbers. Fans are powerful, and labels know that fans are the most powerful marketing force. And if they can convince fans that buying equals love, they don't have to pay for ads. The fandom will do the selling for them. It's business, baby. And again, not just K-pop. I mean, you see it with Western artists like Taylor Swift, with Olivia Rodrigo, with Ariana Grande. We will get into that. All these artists have started releasing multiple versions of their album. Exclusive variants, limited drops. It's the same playbook. And it works because we have been conditioned to equate support with spending. Like, this dude has a whole entire living room for his K-pop album collection.
How did I acquire all of this and not go broke? I am not rich. This is a one-bedroom apartment. That is my front door. I did not get this in a month or a year. I started collecting all this in September of 2018. This kind of thing takes time. You're not going to wake up and suddenly have 1,000 albums. Do not take out loans for K-pop. Do not go into debt for K-pop.
Oh my gosh, people really do go into debt for this type of stuff. I don't understand it.
Don't try to mimic me. I'm the one with the impulse control problem. You don't have to be.
He's self-aware. We love to see it. But at least he's spreading that message. Don't go and try to start this whole collection in the span of like a month. That's not wise. Don't go into debt to do this.
Just because you have a bunch of albums doesn't make you a bigger or better fan than anyone else. Just because I have a bunch of Twice albums doesn't make me a bigger once than somebody who doesn't have any. Just because I own signed Stacey albums doesn't make me their biggest and best fan. I have urged people for years to not mimic what I do, because this doesn't make you somehow a better fan. It might mean you make poor financial decisions. If you're prone to do that, you're free to live through mine. You don't have to do it yourself. Because when you're buying albums, you should like the music that's on it. And you should probably know the members of the group. Like, if you're just buying albums for the sake of buying albums, What's the point?
Like, just because you have X amount of albums, you have every special edition, every deluxe, every signed album, your closet is full of merch, that doesn't mean you're a bigger, better fan than, like, your best friend that doesn't have all that. Or, like, Stacy next door who just has one album. Like, overconsumption just turned into a competition on social media, I feel like. Does anyone else get that vibe? It's just too much. Supporting your favorite artist shouldn't look like contributing to the cycle of waste. To being in debt, it should mean enjoying their art, engaging with the community, and showing up when it matters. Not owning every physical version that's ever been printed.
Olivia Rodrigo, 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 Olivia Rodrigo.
Not the mini Stanley, come on! Like, how many of those are the same album? Why so many of one album?
Be financially responsible. Aw, dang it. 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 Aw, dang it.
Did I just see $150 for a cereal? Miss me with that. No. The prices that I have seen for some of these merch pieces are insane. $150 for cereal is crazy. How much was that guitar pick?
Aw, dang it.
Okay. At least it's not drugs. At least it's not drugs. Has anyone actually tried the cereal? The Olivia O's or whatever they're called? I wonder what it feels like to be a fangirl to this level. And that's not even like, I'm not even hating. Like, I genuinely want to know because I've never experienced that. Like, I've loved things a lot and I make it kind of my whole personality, but like, never to this level. For a couple years now, I've loved Snoopy so much. I don't have a whole corner for Snoopy though. I love the Joker, but I don't have a whole shrine for him. I really hope I'm not coming off rude in this video because that is not the intent at all. All right, moving on to Taylor Swift.
Let's unbox my Showgirl orders. These are unbelievably cool. So the 4 exclusive CDs, we will open these up and take a closer look later. So yeah, one's blue and one's purple. Oh my gosh. It feels the exact same like all the other ones, like the Midnight and stuff. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's so orange and glittery.
I feel like a broken record, no pun intended, but like, why so many of the same record? So many of the same CD. Like, you work so hard for your money, so you can spend it however you please, I guess. But one, like I've said in all of the overconsumption videos, it's not good for the planet to overconsume. We all know this. I think we're all quite aware of this. And also, why would you not want to put your money towards something else instead of like the same thing twice, 3 times, 4 times? This is what I'm talking about! How many of one thing does she have? It's wild to me.
Controversial opinion and hear me out, but I feel like if you are releasing 27 album variations, a majority of which are in physical form, and the only real difference with the variations is pretty much the cover art, and then keep in mind, then taking said variation and moving it to a digital streaming service after everyone's purchased it, there should be an eco fee applied. Like, after second variation, there should be an eco fee applied to those other variations, or better yet, the lump sum made. There needs to go towards an eco fee, because the idea of this level of excessive consumption coming out of the music industry and not being addressed is kind of crazy when you think about it. The idea of telling people to use paper straws and wooden cutlery, meanwhile this is what's coming out of one individual's house for one artist and pretty much what said artist promotes for their fan base to do. And I'm using Taylor Swift as an example here because Capital's Barbie is pretty much the benchmark for how the music industry moves forward, and we're seeing a lot of artists as of late do this idea of multiple variations just for the sake of sales. And I don't know, call me crazy, but I just feel like there needs to be some sort of acknowledgement that this is like not okay.
And someone commented, but who is forcing anyone to buy these? I'm so confused. I'm a fan of hers and I don't own a single record. I don't own anyone's music that's not on an app in my phone. At some point, people are the problem. And someone commented back, regardless if you'll buy it or not, the production will already harm the environment. Clearly they do sell. Like, things are always sold out all the time with artists. So the problem is creating that much product for overconsumption. 27 album variations is crazy. Can we all collectively agree? Like, even if you're a Taylor Swift fan, that's crazy. That is a lot of perfumes. Do you see all those back there? All the tiny ones, all the big ones. Why? Why though? I don't understand. Why don't you just have one? Maybe a little travel size too. And when you're out, get a replacement. Why do you have to have all of those at one time? Okay, we're jumping to Ariana Grande. Like I said before, I understand this a little more because this collection has definitely grown over years. All of the perfumes. To be fair, her perfumes smell really good. I personally wear Ariana Grande perfumes. So if you want to know what I smell like, if you're curious, that sounds weird. If I walked by you, what you would smell is either Cloud by Ariana Grande or Ari. Guys, that's all the same scent. That's all the same smell. Why do you have so many of the same perfume? In case they run out, she says. Oh my word. It's not a limited edition. You can go to the store right now and buy one. Dang. Is every t-shirt she owns Ariana Grande? That's wild. If I love an artist, I usually have like one, maybe two t-shirts. Not a whole closet. Merch ain't cheap. I think we all know this. Why so many of the same one? Can someone explain? Like, I know there are deluxe versions of albums and like signed copies and stuff. I could not justify spending that much on something like multiple times for the same thing. Even if it's a signed copy versus a not signed copy. Like, I would just think in my head, like, I already have it. I don't need another. Like, people have whole collections for each artist's album. I don't know whether to be impressed or just disappointed in consumerism, but some of it is just collecting. Like, they don't have multiple of the things. Some people just enjoy collecting things, and I don't want to crap on that. If that brings you joy in this sometimes really dark world, okay. Do you guys understand how expensive this collection is? She said this collection has been going on since she was 12. So many 12-year-old girls probably had a room that looked like this. The chokehold that Justin Bieber had on us, even still to this day. Okay, Justin Bieber is still Justin Bieber, let's be real. He dropped an album just like that without promotion or anything and the world went crazy. When Justin Bieber was blowing up, I genuinely thought that I was going to marry him. Like, I know probably a lot of us girls did. You know those memes where it's like you go to the concert and you're like, I'm different? Acting all different so that the artist noticed you. I genuinely thought if he saw me, if he met me, he would fall in love with me. I was like, I have to go to like a meet and greet and then he'd see me, meet me, and we would fall in love just like that. I genuinely thought this with my whole heart. I could have been Mrs. Bieber, okay? We haven't met. It could have happened. Oh my word.
Like Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber.
Holy crap! This is the most intense Bieber I think I have seen. Oh my goodness. Literally a Justin Bieber museum. The username is literally the Justin Bieber Museum. That is exactly what that is.
Ayo, collector check. Show the most expensive item in your collection, the least expensive item in your collection, the item everyone wants to steal when they see your collection, the item that's least likely to be had by any other collector, your first item in your collection, the newest item in your collection, the strangest item in your collection, and your favorite item in your collection.
Why does he have better eyelashes than me? I remember when those magazines were everything. I can't even believe that was a time in my life where, like, I genuinely loved getting magazines. Oh, to be back in 2014. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, why do we need so many of one thing? I don't understand why you need all of those. Okay, first of all, super cute collection. Second of all, this is crazy to me. Maybe more than all like the Justin Bieber stuff and artists that have been around for a while, Taylor Swift, because this is all newer stuff. Like the Justin Bieber stuff, they've been collecting it since they were like 12. This is very new, and the fact that you have like all of this stuff already, it's not like collected over a longer period of time. You know what I mean? That's why to me I see like overconsumption, especially when you have more than one of a thing. Yeah, at least with this, she doesn't have a ton of one thing. I don't know, it's just kind of crazy to me that people do like a whole dedicated area in their space for an artist that they love so much. I've just never experienced it, like I said. So how do we fix this? I don't think the answer is to stop collecting altogether. Collecting can be great when it's done intentionally, when you buy things that actually mean something to you. The problem is when collecting becomes compulsive. So we can start by being more mindful. You can ask yourself, do I really want this thing? Or do I feel pressure to get it or to want it? Do I love it? Or am I just afraid of missing out? See, this is what I'm talking about. I haven't really cared about K-pop for like a year and I just want these gone, please. Because people go through phases. That's a lot. Like, it really do be just a phase for some people. It's crazy. And they spend so much money. We can also push the industry to change. Opt for merch that's responsibly made when we can. Buy digital copies where possible. Some fans have started trading photo cards instead of bulk buying albums, which is a great step. So here's the truth. Fandoms are freaking powerful. Like, you can have a whole army coming at you if you talk about one of their favorite artists the wrong way. Like, it's a little terrifying. And fans have always been the heart of pulp culture. But that power, that love, that heart should not go towards overconsumption. At the end of the day, being a fan isn't measured by how much you own. It's measured on how much you actually care for the art, for the human behind the art. And fandoms are about connection, not consumption. And when we start remembering that, maybe we can enjoy the art again, and without turning our love into a whole at-home merch store. This is normal. Just gonna ground us for a second, okay? I like to do that in my videos, especially in overconsumption videos, just bring us down to earth for a second. So yeah, collecting is cool, overconsumption is not. You can love your favorite artist without buying every single thing that they release. I'm sure, like, the best part of being in a fandom is just the joy that it brings. Not the debt, not the clutter, not the guilt. If you liked this video, please do leave it a thumbs up. It helps out my channel so much and I really appreciate it. I love having these little conversations with you guys. It feels like I'm just chatting with my bestie in my room. It's great. Let me know your honest thoughts. Like, is there something that you did not need and bought it anyways? I mean, we all have done that. But what's like the most recent purchase that you have made that you definitely did not need? Also, I would love to know who your favorite music artist is. Genuinely, I would love to know. So leave it down below. I love y'all so much and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!